So let me see today how we can be write an external JS and link to our HTML program. So this is the external program, external JS, where I am writing a small function called as sample. So this function will do what means, here we are just saving as file name. The file name here I am saving as sample.js. What I have written in this sample function, just I am creating a alert message. The message is hello from sample.js. Now this is an external. Now how I am connecting this external JS is in script tag with the help of src. Just I am adding here the file name. If it is a relative path within the same file, the external javascript.html, this one and this one, if it is in the same folder, just you can mention the file name. If it is under separate folders, you can use the absolute path. Okay. Now I'm just with the help of src attribute, I'm just connecting this sample.js and type equal to type slash javascript. Now that is the end of the script. So this is one way of using script, that is writing and calling as external javascript. Now in the body, what I'm doing is I'm creating a button. On that, in the button tag, I'm calling a attribute on click. In that, I'm calling a value as sample. So first of all, it search within the HTML file whether sample function is there or not. If it is not available, what it will do is it will be go for the checking in sample.js. Now the value here on the button is call JavaScript function from JS. Now how this is the SRS tag is always empty. Now this is the dialog box. Once you click on that, once you click on the button, it will call hello from JS. Now this is the output will be get it, what we written in the alert box. And if you click on OK, it will go. So like this, we can also create it, the external JavaScripts. Now the coming to the advantages, simply we can make sure we are implementing this in the form validation. That is the one, the form validation. We can use this implementing form validation. Like we'll see upcoming, we have a lot of examples. We can JavaScript can be used for user actions. For example, when you type something, if you fill the registration form, you click on the submit button. Now you'll get some reaction for that, whether successfully stored the details or whether any mismatching or password is strengthened or not. All such type of actions, we can give some reactions for that. Change an image on moving mouse over there. Like already we have seen some examples. One, while I am moving the mouse towards the image, it will be get some the hide, or when I am moving towards a link, it is moving some little bit of other, right? So section of page appearing and disappearing, also we can do it with the help of scripts. Content loading, changing dynamically, performing complex calculation, the custom HTML contents or scrollable table, implementing Ajax as well. So these are the few advantages where we can use JavaScript over this. And what can JavaScript do means, like whatever the advantages just now I discussed, the same advantages it will be carry on here as well. Okay. Now coming to the syntax for this JavaScript. The syntax for JavaScript, if you observe carefully, JavaScript is a scripting language. It is not a programming language. Remember, it is a scripting language. So in this scripting language, this is a scripting language. So it is a lightweight but powerful and powerful programming language over here. Now the syntax for this JavaScript is, it is having some principles by which the sentences are constructed in a language. The meaning here is principles by which the sentence is constructed in a language means in Java or in any other languages, if you want to be called that script, we can call it. So the principle over here is it has to be make some sentences such a way that the sentences can construct an event. Like the sentences of a programming language are called computer statements, already are aware. The methods of this class are invoked by the objects. Like the method is writeLn is the method of JavaScript. How we are calling that is with the help of like document.writeLn is a method which can call inside, or we can call a particular function with the help of this document.writeLn. And whatever you are writing, invoking, that should be mentioned in double quotation. Say for example, document dot write line. We are we are just writing h1 tag inside to the HTML page. Now, how we are writing inside the HTML page means previously we have make add to the HTML JavaScript. Now here for JavaScript, you can also add HTML. Like inside the write-ln function, not only write-ln, write also you can use write-ln function. In the double quotation, we are mentioning the HTML tag. So display with the color hello with the tag h1. So we can take inputs from the user prompt. How we can be take the input from user prompt is like in the C language, we are taking input from scanf. In Java, we are using system.out.println for printing, and for reading, we are using the buffer reader, input buffer reader for reading of things, right? The scanners or we are using in Java. Here, you are using the user prompt, where prompt is a function. It will take two parameters. One is the statement, what you need to be asked, enter a value, enter two numbers. And second value is a default value. If you want default value inside this text field, inside the prompt, if you want to display, you can use the second parameter, or else you can making as the second parameter is optional. Okay. The example here is window.prompt of enter x, and second parameter can make it as empty. Okay. And JavaScript, when you consider here, it can be changed the HTML elements. Now, how with the help of JavaScript, we can change HTML elements. The meaning here is changing the HTML elements can be done with the help of document object model, that is DOM, HTML DOM, that is document object model. Now, how we are going to be changing this? How you are going to be changing the HTML elements with the help of JavaScript is with the help of this document object model. What is the beauty of here is here we are going to using to access anything inside the HTML. We are using the content, that is, and we can call this is an object type to access that one, inner HTML. So inner HTML to access any HTML element identified by ID or name or any class, we can identify it. Like we have the different attributes like for tags, like ID tag, ID equal to, class equal to, name equal to, like this we have different tags. With the help of identifiers such as ID, we can access, we can touch the HTML element inside. So example, document dot, here the document is HTML document. Inside the HTML document, document dot get element by ID. So get element, we are going to have accessing the HTML element. So that's why we are calling as get element. So as all of you are aware that in the Java, the first letter of the function method will be small, followed by the second word onwards, every first character will be capital. So get element, E capital, get element by B capital, ID. If you are accessing with the help of ID, you can use ID, or with the help of your name you are accessing, you can use name. With the help of class if you are accessing, you can use class. Now here ID. So whichever the ID, whichever the HTML tag ID consisting of demo, it will access that HTML element dot inner element. Inside that inner HTML, what you are trying to be displaying, hello JavaScript. So wherever the HTML tag which is having the ID equal to demo, in their place inner HTML change the text to hello JavaScript, right? So now method document dot get element by ID is one of many methods in the HTML DOM. Like what type of things we can do is in the JavaScript is we can change the HTML elements, we can delete the HTML elements, we create the new HTML elements, we copy and clone the HTML elements. So these are the some of the features where we can do with the help of JavaScript can change HTML elements. Let me see one small example here in the JavaScript. Here is a script type equal to. So already we have seen that this is very important. Type equal to text slash JavaScript is very important, right? Without that, it is not possible to access the JavaScript. So alert of hello JavaScript. So here we are using just alert message. Now this is a simple program. Now another simple program is instead of alert, what I am trying to do here, document.write-ln. So document.write-ln means it will be write onto the document. Which document? HTML document. Now previously it is a dialog box. Now it is a JavaScript, just we are writing as in the form of text inside the document. So document means what? Here document indicates this one. Document means this HTML page. This is what you are writing, JavaScript toolkit. So here this space is called as document. Okay, this space is called as document. Now coming to the very important, that is JavaScript syntaxes. JavaScript syntaxes, how we can be right. There is a major problem where how we need to write the JavaScript. Now simply JavaScript means not alert document.writeLn. We can do a lot of things. So JavaScript syntax is similar to C#, or it is similar to the similar to C# and Java. So in JavaScript we have operators. In JavaScript we have variables like conditional statements, if else. We have loops like for loop, while. We have arrays, like we can have normal arrays and associative arrays as well. And we have functions, we have function variables. Associative arrays in the sense, like normally arrays will be called with the help of indexing. Indexing will be an integer, a of 0, a of 1. Associative in the sense, with the help of names also, we can call the array names. Like for example, you store a student details of student is an one field, student name, student age, student marks. So if you want to access the first record, we can use a of 0. Instead of that, you can use as a of student name. Directly, we can use call the field names. So that calling of the field names is called as associative arrays. Okay. So let me see without any delay. First, go for one after the other. Right. So before going to this, the normal basic information. Normal basic will start with this, that is JavaScript variables. So as already aware, a variable is nothing but for storing purpose. Now variables in Java, JavaScript are also same, store data values. So JavaScript, it is normally using var. Normally in other programming language such as C, if you want to define a variable, what is the syntax? Data type space variable name semicolon for C. Now here we are going to using for any type of data, just to simply use var. Var is a keyword defined for variables in JavaScript, followed by equal assign, that is equal sign to assign values to variables, just like algebra, right? So I am just declaring two variables of x and length. X I am assigning a value equal to x equal to 5 and length equal to 6. So automatically it will be assigned that here I am not mentioning any integers. I'm not mentioning any characters. By default, automatically, whatever the type you are considering, it will be considered as that type. Now, a variable can be variable values during the execution of a JavaScript. A literal is always a constant value, as already you are aware. A variable is a name, a literal is a value. So, literal means like as a constant. Like small example for variables. Now, in this one, this is HTML body. Now, this is script. So this is another way of using scripts, JavaScripts in HTML. Like we can use inside the head, inside the body, or we can save our external JavaScript as external file, save as .js, and you can use over there. That is the case, right? In the same fashion, what we can do is, in the same fashion, here I am writing the script over here, var length equal to 6, document dot get element by demo dot inner HTML, that is equal to length. So what is the length I am accessing? That is length is 6. Now this 6 I am trying to be display wherever the element, HTML element having a ID with demo at that position, at that place I am displaying inner HTML, inside the HTML where the HTML tag which consisting of ID demo at that position display the length. That is the meaning of this program. Okay. Next, like the operators, when you are observe, the operators will be arithmetic, assignment operators, arithmetic, bitwise, already you are aware, conditional, comparison, logical operators. So just a glance over for you. Here I'm writing a script. So inside the script, document.get element by ID demo. So same inner HTML at this position, what I'm displaying. I'm just taking it three variables x, y, z, where x, comma, y, comma, z. and I'm just assigning x is 5, y is 6, and I'm just calculating z value. X plus 5, that is 11 into 10, that is 110, that will store in z, that will display at this position. Like this also we can write the programs. Okay, so we can use the semicolon in the JavaScript. It depends on your need. It depends on the need. You can make sure whether you can follow the same normal programming. Like JavaScript, here also we have the statements. So statements are separated with semicolons. Just now I said semicolon. So like we can use the expressions and JavaScript keywords. JavaScript keywords, where keyword tells the browser to create a new variable by default, and JavaScript identifiers. Like in other programming languages, you have rules and regulations like for defining the identifiers. So all programming languages must identify variables, functions, and objects with unique names. These unique names are called as identifiers. Identifier names can contain letters, digits, underscore, dollar symbol, but not begin with number. That is one rule. So dollar symbol also be allowed in JavaScript. So reserved words like JavaScript words can't be used as identifiers. So already you are aware. Like normal, we have in the C32 keywords, or it depends. Time to time, it is going to changing. It not be used as a identifiers. When coming to the literals, whatever we have the literals or these JavaScript literals. So JavaScript literals are many types. Like we have a literals, number literal, string literal, expression, array, object, functional. Now coming to the number. Now first of all, what is a literal? Already we have seen in this previous slide. Literal talks about normal, a word. Here we have discussed already. So literals, fine. Yeah. So here the literals. So literals will be always a value. So a literal, a number literal, or string literal, expression literal, array literal, object, or function. Now literal means values. So number values are there, string values are there, any sort of other things also be there. So array literals defines an array. So like in other programming languages, array can starts with in square brackets followed by the values over this 40 comma 100 comma 1 comma 5 comma 25 comma 10. Object literals, like we can define like properties. If you are observe, this look like as a CSS declaration, right? So this is a what? Property followed by the value, and both are going to be separated with semicolon. But here instead of semicolon, this is a colon. Instead of semicolon, here we are using comma for each object literals. So first name colon John. So first name is John, last name colon Dow, and age is 50. Eye color is blue. So it starts with open braces and ends with open braces. Like this, we can define the literals, object literals. So object literals look like as the same CSS declaration, except instead of separating each object literal, here in the CSS, each declaration will separated with semicolon, but here each object literal separated with comma. And the next is function literals. So function literals normally, whatever we have seen just now examples, the same you can applicable. The same you can see here also, function literals, just with the help of a function keyword. Normally in other programming languages, directly you can use the return type followed by the function name. So here function is the keyword you need to use, followed by the name of the function, my function, followed by the parameters a comma b. And normally, it starts with open braces, ends with semi open braces, close braces, and inside we can have some set of statements. And like in JavaScript also we have comments, like in other programming languages. Here single line comment, and we have multiple line comment. So JavaScript have the data types, like var length equals 16 means is a number data type automatically. So number assigned by a numeral literal. X equal to x into 10. This is an expression literal. So last name equal to Johnson. So it is a string literal. Cars equal to Saab, Volvo, BMW. So this is an array literal. Person equal to first name John, last name is Dow. This type of declaration is called object literals. So all such type of, for any type of data type, it will be simply have with the help of var keyword. So with the help of var keyword, you can easily you can check it out easily. You can make any type of data in JavaScript. No need of integer, float, all such type of things. Now, if you see the one example and how we'll have a literals inside this, here is the example. Now, in body, what I'm calling, I am using a 3 different paragraphs. One is demo1 ID, another is demo2, another is demo3. Now, what I'm doing here is for this all 3, I'm just writing a script that in that places I want to display that integer literal, maybe have string literal, and maybe have a expression literal. So in demo 1, it will display 1, 2, 3, E5. John div in demo 2, and 5 into 10, that is 50, will be displayed at this position. So like this, the outputs will display. So this is the output. See the output display like this. So E means E is a exponential. So that's why 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 5 zeros. Exponential 5. So E4 means 4 zeros after the number. And if you're coming to the arrays point of view, if you observe the array point of view, so JavaScript arrays are used to store multiple values, as variable stores only single value. So to avoid that drawback, we are moving to the arrays. So array will be stored multiple values over here. So if you see in this paragraph ID, what I'm just doing is I'm creating a variable in JavaScript where cars is an array here. This is an array, and this is the values we are assigning for this cars array. Saab, Volvo, BMW. So it displays cars of 0. Like already are aware, array index starts from 0. At 0th index Saab, at first index Volvo, second index BMW. So cars of 0 is automatically moves to this. It will display over here. There is a simple example on array. Not only this, we can create an array with the help of this syntax. So the normally syntax is var followed by array name followed by the number of items, square brackets, ends with semicolon. JavaScript keyword also use the new for creating an array. It creates an array. Like in Java, we create an memory for this with the help of new operator. So here we can also create the array with the help of constructors. That is var cars equal to new array is you're going to creating an array over here with the help of new operator with this 3 values. So if it is a 3 value, the size of the array will be 3. Right. So accessing array values, how we are going to accessing normal array name of 0th index. So followed by index number. So index number will be play a vital role here. Index number in accessing the elements of array. So cars of 0 means it will access the first element. That is SAP as per example. And we can modify the first element in cars. Directly we can modify cars of 0 equal to Opel. So like this also we can do it. But this feature is not available in other programming languages. We can assign the values to an array indexing as well. Not only we can access. Access means what? Variable name equal to the array of index number. If you want to be assigned array name of index number, assignment operator followed by the value. How can be different objects in one array means it can be how objects. Arrays are special kinds of objects. Because of this, we can have variables of different types in the same. Like if you see array of 0, it will stores date dot now. Array of my array of 1, it is my function, and my array of 2, my cars. Like this, we can have a different types of values we can assign for the same type of array. Now arrays are objects. Arrays are objects. How we can be called as arrays as object means normally how objects are defined. Object iterers, it look like as a declaration in CSS, right? So here arrays as object you can call as var person equal to, in this it will be assigned John, Doy, that is Doe, and 46. So objects uses names to access its members. In this example, person dot first name returns John. Automatically, the first name persons dot person means array name dot first name. It returns John. So you can use objects as like this also. With the help of dot operator, you can connect the object name to the array name. So array name dot object name. So array name here is person, object name here is first name as per this example. Okay, like similarly, array dot last name, array dot, this is age, means person dot last name, person dot age. Now, next is array properties in and methods. Array properties, like when you want to be calculate the length of the array, chords dot length. When you want to be sort an array, you can use chords dot sort. So these are the some properties are available. Properties in the sense directly we can call the function. Can call the functions over there. Like this, we can do it. So good way to create arrays in JavaScript is you can use normal script, flower bracket, sorry, square bracket, but new operator is not recommendable that much in JavaScript. So JavaScript does not support associative arrays. You should use objects when you want the name element names to be string. You should use arrays when you want to element names to be sequential number. So these are the some of the properties, or we can call as the functions, array objects methods, like concatenate, index of, join, last index of, pop up, push, like reverse, shift, slice, sort, splice, toString, unshift, value of, like this. Lot of many functions, array object functions methods are available to perform any sort of uh, task to fulfill over there. Okay, so the example for the concatenation is array dot concat. How to concat? We required what? Two arrays we required, array 1 comma array 2. Any number of arrays we can concat. So here where hiji is one array, stale is another array, kai is another array. Now what you are doing, children equal to h dot concat of stale comma kai, means you are concatenating stale to his as well as kai to his. So all the three arrays are concatenating as a single array, and that will be stored in children, right? So index of, next up method, index of. So index of will search the array to the specified location. It returns the position where it will be. For example, you are searching for a character inside a array of string or any normal string. It will returns the position at 5th position or 4th position. It will be there. Say example here, array dot index of item. So item, it is going to be calling over there. So what will be there? See the example. Where fruits I am considering banana, orange, apple, mango. So x equal to fruits dot index of apple. So out of this, where actually the apple is there, out of the array fruits dot index of apple, where it is. So it returns what? It returns the position starts with array index 0, 1, 2. So at the second position, apple will be there. So the apple is at position. Here the value of x is 2. That is apple is at position 2. Like this, the output will come over there. Like similarly, join. If you want to be join the things, like if you want to be join the arrays, what we required, you can just join this one. Say fruits equal to banana, orange, apple, mango. So fruits dot join. Now, what is the purpose of joining over here? What is the purpose of joining the function is? It's simply the purpose is joins the elements, join the elements of an array into string and returns the string. What it will be do? The elements will be separated by specified separated. The default separator is comma. Now what will we do here is it will be just joining the all the things where it doesn't having required what we are specifying here. Join in the sense by default the comma operator is there. So it just remove that one comma operator and it will be combined over there. That is the purpose of join. Slice is returns the selected elements in an array into new object. That is starting at given point. Slicing is what we have. Hope in Python or some other programming language you have seen the slicing, starting position and ending position. So it does not include the given end argument. So for example, if the slice value is 1 comma 3, it starts with 1 and not ends with 3 but ends with 2. So does not include the given end argument. So 3 will not be included. Up to 2 it will be included over. So banana, orange, apple, mango. So if you want, you can slice 1 to 2, means it will be slice orange and apple. Okay. Now see the outputs of this programs so that you can get some idea. The next is splice. Add or removes items to or from array. We can add and we can remove this one. So for example here, fruits, one array I'm considering, banana, orange, apple, mango. Splice of fruits dot splice of 2 comma 1 lemon kiwi. 2 comma 1 means what? In 2 comma 1 index. What is the syntax for splice? Index followed by how many number of items need to be added over there. Next followed by item 1, item 2, like this. So in the same fashion, here 2 indicates in the splice, fruits dot splice, 2 indicates what? Here it will be indicates, 2 indicates. Okay. So here 2 indicates the index, 1 indicates the number of items need to change, lemon, kiwi. So instead of lemon, that is, it is going to splicing. It is adding at the second position. After that, one element it is adding over there. Banana, orange. Now, banana, orange is there. At the second position, what they're adding? Lemon. So followed by the number of values is kiwi and mango. So at the place of second position, that is apple, it is replaced with lemon, kiwi. Okay. So at the second index, how many elements it is adding is one element it is adding, that is lemon followed by kiwi. Okay. So if you want, you can see the outputs. The results of the top one is in the top one, it will be having the result of X will be banana, orange, apple, mango, the first output, because it is joining. It is joining over there and separated with a comma. So if you want to be joined, you can join us with the specified the delimiter or specified the any one separator. Okay. And these are the some of the declarations of an array, operations and properties, like new empty array we can create, or holding the few values, and we want to push the elements into what, we can push it, and when you want to pop, we can pop it. When you want to find the elements indexing in an array, you can also do with the help of index of method. So not only this, you can do a lot of things over this. So what we have learned just now in this one is, in a faster track, we have seen the JavaScript example, that is this one, JavaScript example, followed by the advantages of the JavaScript, followed by the syntax for JavaScript, followed by JavaScript can change HTML elements with one example, and the syntaxes where it is needed for JavaScript, that is operators, variables, like this. So JavaScript variables we have seen here with the different examples, and arrays, how the arrays can be helped, and normal comments, keywords, identifiers, the literals, and data types, all. So entire will be considered all. And followed by we have seen the arrays in Java, how we are going to be create an array, which keyword we can use, and how to access the arrays, how different from object in one array, and how we can make sure arrays are objects, array properties and the methods, array properties and methods. And now why we need to use array at which position. And these are the few methods are available in array. So for that, I'm not covering entire methods, only few methods like concatenate, index of, or join, slice, splice, all such type of methods we have seen over here. As a summary, array operators and properties also we can declare like this. Right.